Yo, what's up guys, it's raux back at it again, and today we're playing with probably the strongest loadout in Aimblox currently available. I know there will probably be a lot of changes, but right now this is the strongest loadout I can find, and also I'm gonna give you guys some variations for it as well. So yeah, this is hard. Oh, this is hard. But yeah, I'm also gonna give you guys some variations on the skin thing if you wanna mix it up. But first of all, obviously every good loadout needs an AR, and you can choose between two. You can either use the LRP or the AK-103. If you want more consistency, like if you wanna kill people on like longer ranges, be a bit more consistent, don't have as much recoil, then yeah, you for sure want to use the LRPR. It's just the most consistent gun in Aimblox to this date. But if you want to be a bit more wild, a bit more broken from all this, from the entire like meta stuff, you can also use the AK-103, even though the AK-103 is pretty much also the strongest AR. They both share a spot. But yeah, these are the two AR choices. Honorable mention would be the GALIL, actually. Yeah, the GALIL is pretty good. The GALIL is a very mentionable gun, I would say. Then in the second spot, you always need a booster. It is just how this game runs. You can try it without, but you just always need a booster in this game. There's just no escaping it anymore. So, and for boosters, I would recommend either using the Supernova because it has a lot of utility, or you can also use, as much as I hate myself for saying that, you can also use the Gina Lake, which is also a very good booster, very strong. Even though you will probably be shunned by half the community if you use it. So use it with caution. I would just use a Supernova. It's a bit more balanced. It's pretty much like these pumpkins I have right now. Just it has more bullets and it reloads faster. So use those instead, I would say. Then, next on, everyone needs a good third gun. And you actually have a few choices between that. You can either use an SMG or a shotgun. I currently have a shotgun in this, even though I usually use a LMG. I usually use an SMG with it as well. So, and what choices do we have? You can use pretty much any shotgun. I recommend using the... For shotguns, I would recommend using either the Spas 12 or the Super Shorty. The most consistent and damaging shotguns. And if you want to use like an SMG, I would recommend the MP40 is an extremely good SMG. It pretty much counts as an AR because it reloads ridiculously fast. Has good damage. The Chris Vector, the buff actually made it really viable at this point. So the Chris Vector is a very strong gun at this point as well. What is another good gun? The UMP. Even though the UMP is not the best, it's still pretty strong. You just can't hip fire with, you just can't ADS with the UMP. Because the UMP has extremely bad hip fire, has an extremely bad ADS fire. But yeah, these are pretty much your choices for your third slot. Obviously, you can use whatever you want, but this is just my recommendations. And lastly, you can either use another, like you can either use a shotgun and an LMG, like a LMG, a shotgun, anything. I like to have a sniper in there just for the utility. If you play maps like Airship, which is a pretty long range map, or that one ice map, I keep forgetting how it's called. Unionville, yeah, Unionville. The long-range ice map, I'd just like to have a sniper to hit a few quick headshots. And obviously, you can also use some close. For snipers, what are the recommendations for snipers? Since I'm gonna stop having a weapon bias, I'm just gonna say what the community probably will think of you. You can use a BFG, which has insane headshot potential, a really good body shot potential because it does a lot of damage body shots. What you can also use in there, you can also use what I use right now, the Intervention. Beautiful sniper. It's like a mix of the AVS or the L11A5 and BFG. High damage, a bit lower damage than the BFG, but a lot faster, and it has more ammo in the reloads. The L11 is also a very good sniper. The L11 is more like, if you can hit your headshots, use the L11 because it shoots faster. It shoots a lot faster, has more ammo, and it reloads faster than the Intervention. So that's just for your choosing. Do you like high damage and like body shots close range? Then BFG. Do you like a mix between that? Then use the Intervention. And if you just want to go for speed, use the L11. Because the L11 is all about speed. But yeah, this is pretty much what you need for a good loadout. And yes, these loadouts will be very effective as well if you play, like when the update drops. These loadouts will be very effective when a lot of people will use these exact loadouts. I just like to use this loadout, like as you can see in the video probably all the time I'm using right now. That's my favorite loadout right now. It's just very fun to use, very consistent. Does pretty much well for every range. The AK or LRP do great in close to medium range. The LRP is better in close range, like medium range. The AK is an absolute beast in long, medium range. But yeah, this is pretty much all you need to know. Anyways, we see us straight in a sec. Alright, here we are in the second round. I'm gonna continue talking. Why you probably want, like, in the second slot, you definitely want the booster because this is just how Aimblox is now. You need a booster in this time. Like, because every high rank has at least one booster. Like, it's just like how this goes. The verticality you get from a booster is just priceless practically. I don't use much boosters because I just think it removes some of the skill this game has. See, with a faster sniper, he would have probably killed me way faster, but he just misses body shot potential. So that's why it's important to choose. I just like this, like that. I like the intervention more because it's a nice mix, even though we'll probably switch to the 11. Ah, goddammit, I missed that. I messed it up pretty badly. That was well, though. Yeah, and for your first shot, obviously, shotguns, very good. They're always good for close range. Super shorty is more like if you need a bit more precision. I like my spaz more because it's a bit more spammable. Still insanely strong, though. I would say it's pretty much almost as strong as the super shorty. Obviously, the super shorty gets better if you double pump. And if you don't know what double pumping is, you can watch that video up in the top right corner. But it's pretty much simply explained. You would equip 2 super shorties in your loadout and then just go ball. It's just that stupid at this point. Then, obviously, last slot. What you could also use in your first slot is an Odin. The Odin is very good too. It can practically two-shot you if you're careful enough. And see, this is what I mean with the BFG. Again, body shot, and this is why I despise the BFG in my opinion. In my opinion, sniper should headshot, one-shot, but that's just... It's just nitpicking at this point. Yeah, it's just nitpicking. Then, obviously, this is pretty legit. And last slot, I just like snipers. Very good. You can also use a special weapon. You could use a... Like, if you want, you could equip the minigun for if you get MVP. Or you could also use... Whatever, flamethrower if you have it. I don't think anyone has a flamethrower in my community. Well, not a lot of people, so... That's why I don't recommend it. There's someone here, no? That almost hit him. What do you think you're doing, bro? See, this is what I mean with people with boosters. You have a booster, you pretty much get access to half the map. And that's actually a very funny thing. Before we had punch boosting, like, it's not intentional. The game was not intended to have punch boosting. Your preferred way of movement was with a booster. That's all explosive. I just call them boosters because this is pretty much what people use them for. There's almost no one using boosters for, like, actually killing people. Anyway, we see us straight in the third and last round. Alright, here we are in the last round. It's TDM, Nightlife, and it's Double Jumper. And now I can actually show you guys off why I think shotguns are just dumb in this game too. And this is why I would recommend having a shotgun in your loadout at all times. Oh my god, please stop. I need to mute my phone while recording. Jesus. It's always so awkward. Well, that's over. No, don't even think about it. I don't die to AUX. But then again, I have a slight problem with Aimblox. You really hardly can hear which weapon someone's using. Obviously, you can easily hear an LRP here, but the sound for some weapons use the exact same sound, and I don't know why. Like, the Deagle uses the exact same sound as, like, the BFG almost, and I think it's just higher pitch. This pretty much gives you all the way, like, all the weapons you need to get a successful game, to get a successful good loadout. Obviously, there's a bunch of, like, really underrated weapons. Like I said, the grease gun is an insanely strong weapon. Just as much as the MP40 is a strong weapon, the Odin is known but not too known. Don't even think about that. The VAK Rogue is also really good, but I just don't think it. But obviously, you have to use what you gotta use. And I was thinking about making, anyways, a lot more loadouts. Would you mind goofing around like that? The funny thing is, I bet half these people couldn't even hit me like that. Yo. Ow. Yeah, I mean, the VAK Rogue does hit pretty good, too. I mean, I can't deny about that. I actually hit him. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, shotguns are nice for me. I just don't prefer them too much, honestly. They're not my favorite weapon category. My favorite weapon category is probably the AK-103. aka ARs. And SMGs too. I love SMGs. That was a channel lag, and that was another VAK Rogue. People really seem to like the VAK Rogue in this game, Jesus. Oh, I guess it's what a lot of people get, even though I don't understand it, because the VAK Rogue is a legendary. The only problem with the spaz I have is it's not very consistent. It does well, but it's not very consistent. I just like it because it has this beautiful skin. The skin is absolutely nice. Even though, if we're talking about skins, I still want an anime skin on the Odin. Because everyone knows the Odin is the skin weapon. Because of its big fat body. I mean, if you watch any of my update videos, which I know you have, because my update videos always do good, the skin part always has an Odin from now on, and it will always have an Odin because the Odin is just that good. Come on, guys. You guys can't forever. Oh. And that's the other thing with the intervention. It's just not strong. Oh no, it's double jump, I forgot. Bonk, bonk. He moves so weirdly, man. This is also what I find funny. AD stripping in this game is helpful on long range, but in close range it's just, yeah, you're gonna lose most of your fights at least. Zombie's kinda dead now, isn't it? So let's end this. Maybe you can drop 40 or 45 or something. Because my team isn't doing much. I pretty much almost got half the kills for my team. And also only like 2 more days when this upload comes out. I'm absolutely hyped for the update. The thing is, I've actually been playing less Aimblox. I'm just being can you stop? Jesus Christ. Hate when people do that. Someone's calling me. Anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and obviously subscribe. It's the best way to show me that you guys like the content that I make. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys all have a nice day, evening, or night. I'm Roblox content creator, and we see us straight in the next one. Ciao, ciao.